The Lord be with you and your loved ones on this Monday, June 22nd, the day on which the Church invites us to celebrate the death of two outstanding English martyrs, St. Thomas More and St. John Fisher. This evening's Mass, we will honor these two great saints because of the witness that they gave to their Catholic faith and the witness they gave to religious freedom. They would not violate their conscience to satisfy the needs of the King, Henry VIII. You know the song, Henry VIII. He wanted to get a divorce from his wife, Catherine of Aragon. That divorce never went through. He was not able to get it annulled, and he blamed Thomas More, who would not affirm that nullity of that marriage. He was put into prison, and eventually he was beheaded. He was a great patron of lawyers and intellectuals. He was a wonderful humanist, canonized by Pius IX back in 1935, and is really the patron of statesmen and politicians, named so by St. John Paul II. Perhaps his most famous quote are these words: "I die, the King's faithful servant, but God's first." So we see how his conscience overrode any political concerns that he had. Our second saint, and you see his picture also here on our website, was St. John Fisher, who lived at the same time. John was not a lawyer, but a priest, and became a bishop at a very young age, studied theology in Cambridge. He too was approached about giving Henry VIII the pass on his valid marriage. He would not, of course, agree to that, and in his pastoral way, he sought always to live faithfully the Catholic faith. He would not sway in his conscience to the whim of Henry VIII, and he too refused to assent to the succession of the Crown Act, which again gave Henry VIII even more power over the church. He was jailed, starved, and deprived of the sacraments, but he would not budge. His conscience held fast. He was made a cardinal in 1535 in the hopes that Henry would not dare execute a prince of the church. That did not go well with Henry VIII. And Fisher too was executed, again having his head beheaded. We don't know a lot about his writings. He wasn't as popular as Thomas More, but he did have one quote that I think we can carry with us today that applies to each one of us, lawyer or not. He said, "A good person is not a perfect person. A good person is an honest person, faithfully and unhesitatingly responsive to the voice of God in their life." That's what we are called to on this day when we honor two people of conscience, Thomas More and John Fisher. We're not perfect, but we desire to be honest, and we desire always to be firm in our Catholic faith. St. Thomas More and St. John Fisher, pray for us. May God bless you and your loved ones this beautiful day.